Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Radiant! And on the other side of the river, running away from Roshan, we have the Dire. We have an intro. And welcome, YouTube, to an ability draft with me, KarmaKnight, and my buddy. It's James. He plays as Poopy Diaper Baby sometimes. He's not actually in this game, but he's hanging out.
Yep, hanging out.
So, I am playing the best combo. The best combo ever. That's right. It's Liquid Fire and Fiery Soul. It definitely works and is a combo.
I mean,
I've got...
You at least don't take any points in Fiery Soul until you don't have anything else
until
to do, right?
never.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stargate for being in this game and playing support. He's got an Aftershock build. It's pretty scary. 30 seconds in. It looks like we are posturing up all over bottom river. Pango is standing on top of the hill, looking to go for the bottom river rune also. A couple of us top river. It actually looks like we're just happy to split the runes. Like Bane and Pango are going to contest river. Lena's going to contest Pango. Let's see how runes go. Lena gets the rune, bottom river. Our team gets bottom forest, their team gets top forest. And the Bane did get the rune top river. So yeah, that's just 2 and 2, no first blood. Totally boring rune split. All right, let's introduce the lanes. We'll start mid. We have a Bane. And Bane's got an interesting build. I'm not sure what to think about this build. I mean, it's certainly not bad. It doesn't have...
No, it's pretty strong for contesting last hits in the beginning.
Yeah, especially as an intel hero who can just dump the mana into Enchant Totem off cooldown.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally going to never not cast Enchant Totem. To the point that he can just use it to soften up creeps before he last hits them. And he's going to do very well on his last hits because of this. In fact, he already has 4 denies. Lena's 2-1. And he uses the stun to secure the range creep. Yeah, so this Bane's build is just a little weird because he picked up the Enchant Totem first and there was other right-click damage stuff on board. Like, there's nothing wrong with having 3 hard-hitting nukes, one of which is a teleport and a stun in the middle of it. This is a great gank build. He's going to be able to show up out of nowhere and just unload everything on somebody and secure kills.
Yeah, and if
it just doesn't have any of the synergy you would expect to see in ability draft.
Yeah, in general, but at the same time, like, Enchant Totem doesn't naturally have, like, synergy on Earthshaker where it's normally built. So it's kind of like more of an item synergy ability.
Sure. We've got Lena with multiple right-click effects, Dream Coil, Phase Shift, which you can use as another right-click, and a dodge. This build is actually really cool. The potential crowd control from Lucky Shot, ruining fights, and then her being able to keep them going with Dream Coil. This has high potential as a right-click build. I don't love it as a mid build. Like, she's getting pretty seriously abused by this Bane already. She's 8-1 while Bane is 8-4. Like, she's gonna badly lose the last hitting game to nukes and Enchant Totems.
Yeah.
But if she gets farmed up, it is a really, really solid right-click build with some mixed-in crowd control. I do like it. If you want to see a build with some synergy, let's talk about Batrife. because he's got sticky napalm and 2 things to do damage over time. That's going to be easy kills. This is a very strong build.
Yeah, I see that. I still think he would have been better off going for the zoom ability instead of flame break.
Yeah, he had the option to get both Nightmare and Firefly. So did I,
Yeah.
coincidentally, but you know, what you gonna do? And both of those would be much better with Napalm. Specifically Nightmare, because he's got a Bane on his team. And disable dots are just completely broken with Napalm. Like, that is the thing to try to get with Napalm.
That's true.
And he had access to it, and he went with Dual Breath, which, I mean, I guess it's at least a slow and a dot. But I feel like he missed out on a real opportunity there.
I think that Dual Breath and Firefly is strong.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah,
Nightmare and Firefly too. Like, either one, you can hit them with a disable and then just like run around them once, and then they just burn down.
Yeah.
That would be very effective. If you want to see how this build came to pass and the options he missed out on, the draft is on Patreon, and there will also be a post-game analysis on Patreon. Links in the description.
You definitely took Barrel Fire Assault. Your level 2 point, you put it to Fire Assault.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to double check if this was a thing. Let's cut to my builds, because I took Liquid Fire to enable Fiery Soul, and yeah.
It doesn't.
Here is a beautiful example of nothing happening after I just lit Bat on fire and have Fiery Soul. Watch as I am sad. Well, I've got some toughness, and I've got Sunder, so I guess I'll have to try to make something work this game. Also in lane here, we've got Lycan. Lycan's got Swashbuckle, he's got Reality Rifts, he has Grave Chill, and he has Shapeshift. So this is kind of just like screaming for on-hit effects. Like, give me a Maelstrom and a Basher, and this build is fantastically strong. He could also go Diffusal Blade. He could also go, Monkey King Bar eventually. Like, I like this build a lot. It's very good. And the last one in this lane is CK. What do you think of this CK build? It's interesting. I guess it's a support build. He's got Howl for a fear. He's got Shield Crash for some tankiness. Reflection is just amazing harass.
Yeah, it's really good harass.
Yep, I am on fire and go down to the Batrider. Lycan is also on fire, but he's going to get out. And then CK also just has Fiend Script, like casting Reflection as your precast and then hitting Fiend Script is so strong.
This CK support build is really strong.
Yeah.
I think this is a very good support build.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like the option to get a blink with it and like blink to the wrong side of somebody and hit them with Howl.
DSJ.
And like send them running to your team, potentially. Alright, let's look at bottom.
I think that the issue they have here is that they don't have a right clicker.
Yeah, their damage is coming from their CK.
It's all spells, so they're gonna be like major like.
That seems like the shortcoming. That also means they're gonna beat us up quite a bit early game. Did you just see what happened bottom? Because that was a Light Strike Array, stun enabled by Aftershock. Oh, that combo's so good. So you cast Light Strike Array, Aftershock procs immediately and stuns them so they can't run out of the Light Strike Array animation.
That's an incredible combo.
And then you follow up with Soul Assumption, get another stun, and then just a massive nuke because you've definitely gotten your stacks up. And that is 8-minute mana boots on a support. That's a nice start. Okay. So this build is ridiculous. Batrider's getting kills top more. Gross.
So the interesting thing is that Stargate doesn't even need to take any more points in Aftershock at this point. Because if you're taking that combo into consideration here, the important part is that you're stunning for the cast time of Light Strike Array, which is just 0.5.
Right. Yeah, I think the like 60 more damage from Aftershock is categorically worse than the more damage from Light Strike Array and Soul Assumption.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you will lose out on a little bit of extra stun time for your second stun, Soul Assumption, but then you just echo slam.
So CK comes bottom. They do secure the kill on Terrorblade. Yeah, there goes that combo again. He's able to stun 2 people and give himself some space to get away. Fissure Ice Path into Chaos Bolt is going to be enough. He ends up locked down and goes down anyway. So, yeah, they do have a very nuky composition. Like, the Shakiro has Ice Path and Hex into Dragonslave Finger. Again, he had the option to take spells that are disables and do damage. Or mobility and do damage. I feel like Shakiro could also have a much better build for taking Nightmare or Firefly.
Yeah, they're just gonna run into this problem though. I think that
just caster fallacy problem.
They have literally no push abilities, not one.
Yep. I think they need Meteor Hammers.
Did they take
and actually,
Macropyre?
yeah. Yes, Batrider has Macropyre, but like Pengo's building a Meteor Hammer right now, so they're clearly aware of that, or at least Pengo's aware of that.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a Meme Hammer queued up yet? Because they. Yeah, Bane also has a Meme Hammer queued up.
Okay, so they're going for the early
straight
game
for Ags. Yeah, and
that's their only chance in this game.
Yeah, and they absolutely need to do that because, like you're saying, I say this about Finger all the time. I say it about other abilities. Like Pengo's got a great build with 2 stuns and a silence and lasso. Like, this is the kind of dream support build you can make in ability draft. But as soon as the other team has BKB, this is a do-nothing build. So it's very interesting how dangerous they are right now with like Finger, Laguna Blade combo and all these stuns and slows and a little bit of teamwork. They just had 4 bottom for a second and got the kill.
So this is one of those situations where like it's even though it's early game and you want to be farming your lanes, Bane shouldn't have left. He should have just pushed tower with everybody else.
Yeah, Jakiro just got a kill off Finger.
Like, the fact that they're running away from this tower kill right here is wrong.
Yeah, so Lycan has showed up, but like Lycan doesn't do anything yet. He's got a Javelin that is arguably a thing that helps him start doing damage. I showed up just to like be another face here to like try to talk them into running away, and it weirdly worked. But I literally do nothing. I hit things with Liquid Fire. So we were getting wrecked top because Batrider's build is stupid. Batrider's currently 2-0, and I was reasonably confident I was just going to feed him if I stayed top. So I have decided to just fuck off to safe jungle bottom and burn camps with Liquid Fire until I have some items. And I'm just going to stay bottom until like 20 minutes when I have an Armlet and a Shadow Blade. And just start Sunder comboing people. And then build a Dagon. Just trying to make lemonade.
Wow. They increased the burn damage on Liquid Fire and decreased its damage against buildings. That's interesting.
Yeah, so you can jungle with this now.
Yeah, that's...
The attack slow
cool.
really helps with jungling. And yeah, that's just my entire plan right now. Just picked up the Helm of Ironwell so I can just tank jungle camps easily. It's 2-8. Maybe I should be supporting. Maybe I should be showing up for tower defense fights. But like, yeah, I just decided like I have a chance of being something like viable if I get my farm together.
I think interestingly enough, your best option here would probably be playing as a tower pusher. Get some...
Yeah, just to pressure.
Yeah, just get,
I don't know.
I think
I'd have just gotten blown up if I tried to push. Oh man, CK just stole the neutral item from Terrorblade top. Whoopsies. Terrorblade got a kill and then walked away from the camp when CK showed up.
Yeah, getting beat up as a pusher would be a thing.
So the thing about caster fallacy on Finger of Death is it's only caster fallacy if he doesn't get 15 kills in the first half hour of the game. Like, if he gets enough stacks and can just continue to one-shot people with Finger, that's not caster fallacy. Finger is one of the very few damage spells that actually scales. So, needed to not fully feed. The Fissure goes down on the wrong side of Terrorblade top, and a 4-man rotation to top is pretty much wasted. Earthshaker is able to see what's going on with the ward on high ground. The Ice Path misses as well. And that's a big push coming in top. Meteor Hammer is not done on Pango yet. Pango's diving hard here. That's an interesting decision. Lina goes in, ends up badly out of position. Eats a couple ults and dies.
If he does hit the lasso, it's pretty much over for whoever he is.
Yeah, that was Fiend's Grip into a Finger. Meanwhile, Lycan gets caught out by Bane bottom. You know, while this build is a little wonky, it certainly hits hard. That's a double kill on the Bane. He goes in on Earthshaker, hits with the Enchant Totem, hits with the Impale. He's totally out of gas at this point, but
they are just so strong here.
Yeah, and this is one of the times where I showed up to, you know, be another face with the party in this fight. And I get very lucky that people respawn and TP back in, as I was 100% dead there if the team didn't show up for me. But with the team showing up, we actually do a remarkably good job of pushing them back there. Also, I noticed they just totally dove past our tier 1 and fought until they died.
Yeah, they could have killed the tier 1. They're not understanding what they're doing.
Yeah, they definitely needed to push there, and like not push past tower and kill heroes more. They needed to actually just push the tower.
And it's really weird because they've got 2 Meteor Hammers, and so they should understand.
That makes me think that they know they need to push, or need to like get damage on towers when they can with the Meteor Hammers.
Right, but then they're pushing these unwinnable fights instead.
Yep, and Terrorblade just deletes the tower top.
Yeah, and they're not unwinnable, it's just that, like, Lycan and Terrorblade can fight.
Well, we just took the T1 top. They already have the T1 mid. Like, Bane managed to push mid. Bottom has been pushed. So they're ahead a tower, and it's 12-5 their lead right now.
Right, but look here, at the bottom, they've got...
Jakiro just got caught alone top. Yeah, and they've got 4 heroes bottom. Got a big wave going into this tower. I believe I decide to contest this because I don't realize how many of them are there. Although they've spread out. Pango went mid. Bane's coming for me.
Yeah, and I think that Jakiro being up there was probably, he's thinking, oh, I've got to defend this tower. He doesn't, because any tower trade is favorable to them right now, not you.
Yeah, that's true. So he definitely should have been bottom to take that tower.
They should just be deathballing into your tier 3s right now.
Yeah, Lycan's playing super aggressive top, kind of scaring CK back. They're all around mid, looking to collapse on somebody, but they kind of keep backing off, which is weird. Like, with the amount they are up on kills right now, you think they'd want to push the action just as hard as possible. They finally commit on Earthshaker, get him stunned, get him hexed. He comes out of it to ult, but eats a finger afterward and goes down. Lycan ends up fighting 1v5 and goes down as well. And
this is a very clear push tier 2s.
Yeah. I think Bane is being smart about this. Yeah, he's getting in range and hitting Meteor Hammer onto the tower. Pango has a Meteor Hammer. And he's diving behind the tower again. Getting himself killed by the tower. Oh, not quite killed by the tower, but killed by the Terrorblade, and he never uses Meteor Hammer on the T2. That's a massive misplay right there.
Right.
And Terrorblade pushes out. With meta, he is in fact huge and is starting to get some kills. Josh and the basements give him some good chase.
That Rider had Macropyre up. Like, why didn't he just slap it on the tower?
Slap it on the entire fight there. Yeah, Macropyre is so huge. Meanwhile, bottom, Lion is AFK farming jungle camps. Go Lion AFK jungle, OP.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Hit people with liquid fire. And Terrorblade goes mid, burns the tower down to a fifth of its life before being contested. He's got Earthshaker with him. But they've got 4 mid, although them stopping to fight that creep wave was a mistake. They absolutely should have pushed that. Tried to get the pick up on Stargate. Because he is... So while they have all these slows and stuns and disables, I just got caught bottom going for the bounty room. And they're in deathball mode, so I go down super quickly. While they have a bunch of disables, our disables are pretty much Stargate. Like
Yeah.
Lena's got puck ult, but like I have no CC. Lycan has no CC. Terrorblade has no CC. It's like we've got 1.5 characters with crowd control, and 1.25 of that is Earthshaker. Earthshaker is warding bottom. He doesn't know right now that he's in the middle of 5 enemy heroes, although he's about to find out. Luckily, Lycan is there to back him up, as am I, to do, you know, liquid fire only, still.
Well, you got Sunder at this point, so after they beat you up, you can just...
Yeah, look at me trying to run for the corner down here, where there is definitely no longer a ramp, having to turn around and run into the enemy team. I get fingered and die. Lena shows up with double damage and blows up Pango. Avoids liquid fire damage for a second. Sorry, macro fire damage for a second. But as soon as she reappears, she gets Fiend Script and goes down. So now there's 3 of us down, and they should absolutely be dropping Meteor Hammers on our T3. Let's see if that happens. I feel like Bane is going to do it. Like, Bane's running forward right now, and as soon as he's in range, immediately channels Meteor Hammer. And Pango has a rather good excuse to not do it this time, because he did.
Yeah, so this is what they should be doing right now.
TPing out as soon as we're back up after hitting a Meteor Hammer onto our tower.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I like it. They've got good vision across bottom jungle, too. Like, they've got the left side of bottom jungle warded up, as well as vision mid.
Yeah, all their vision in the top jungle is a mistake. They don't need that.
Yeah, I agree completely. They should absolutely be pressuring with offensive warding, which they have and should continue fighting around.
Right.
If they can get a couple more pickoffs and, like, burn down our T2 mid, or manage to get a T3 with Meteor Hammers, like, that is how they're going to win this game.
Or even start warding your triangle and going for the tier 1 on top. Like, do something that pressures something.
Yeah.
Because the way that they're gonna let you guys win is by allowing you to be in too many places on the map.
So interestingly enough, we both have vision bottom. So when they go on Lycan, Lena's there, and Shakiro ends up going down. Lena's able to survive a pretty long time. She ends up getting out of Lasso and going down a second later. Stargate shows up. Batrider goes down. The Earth split into Meteor Hammer was maybe a mistake. I think he should have just run. Hey, I got a kill. Lol.
The Blink Dagger reveal on Earthshaker is always so satisfying.
Yeah, that's a big old item timing right there.
Yeah, the very first time your Earthshaker teleports into the middle of the entire team and Echo slams is like the most satisfying thing in this game.
I happen to know that you are an Earthshaker spammer, so I'm glad you enjoyed watching that. So for me, I just got my Shadow Blade, which means at 23 minutes of having a total Nombo build, I am suddenly a real boy. And
yeah, that's what I was thinking that your build was gonna be.
Yeah.
Oh, the armlet is an interesting move.
Yeah, that's just to burn my health down so I can appear and sunder somebody. Now, I don't play Terrorblade ever. I'm not great with Sunder. So, definitely the first and at least one other time I try to execute this combo, I screw it up. But I'm definitely like yelling at my team right now, like, hey, I got the thing, let's go catch somebody. I believe we see Pango or Bat top here. Somebody's showing top, and Terrorblade's there, so I call the let's go top. And I just put Sunder on my target from maximum range. So the Sunder goes off from super far away. He blinks out, and I don't have the opportunity for any follow-up.
Yeah.
So totally botched this the first time I tried it. Yeah, it works out. Well, I won't spoil what happens, but I certainly don't do it right the first time.
Armlet's also interesting if you got your armlet toggle on point, because with
I don't have armlet toggle on point. That's definitely like to get low so I can sunder people. Invis Bane catches me here with the
just deleting
with the Enchant Totem Laguna Blade, and I pop like a balloon. Shakiro has gone down. I didn't see that happen. Lena and Lycan get another kill on the CK. Terrorblade is fighting the Bane top, who gets out with Invis. Yeah, Terrorblade at level 17, I do believe is the highest level character in the game at this point. Despite them having a really excellent start. We've got Bane at 7-2, but he's only level 15. We've got Batrider at 6-2, but he's also only 15. Terrorblade's 4-4 and 2. So, like, he didn't have a great start. But he's level 17, and I bet if we look at net worth... yeah, Terrorblade is leading the net worth.
Yeah, well, so here's the thing. Their whole thing should have been one of two things. They either need to shut down Terrorblade, which he's obviously in, or they need to push towers to force 10 Terrorblade to fight where they can kill him.
Yeah, and now there's 4 of them running at Terrorblade, who, instead of just continuing to run away, turns on Batrider, which is hilarious because he may have gotten that kill. In fact, he almost gets Bane, and the illusion still might get Bat. Oh man, that was one hit away from killing Bat. That was very close. So, I mean, they're still winning fights, but it's 23-17 now, and the gold advantage has swung our way. Bat and Doom, and sorry, not Doom, Bane are in fact leading net worth on their team, but Terrorblade's getting big.
Your advantage is huge right now. So their power spike was down around 15 minutes, and that's when they needed to be pushing all of the towers. And instead, they took a fight
behind
that
towers.
They lost, and then you guys instantly came back.
Yeah, and now, like, Lycan just swashbuckled the wave and deleted it, so he's able to just hold that tower super easily. And as the team shows up there, he can re-engage onto this fight top. And now that he's got a Terrorblade and another Shaker behind him, he can just YOLO. No crowd control, not gonna get kills by himself, but like, he can just play totally fearlessly.
It's actually hilarious.
I see Bane mid, and I don't think I give myself time to lose life to the armlet this time. So I don't actually get to do the thing against Bane. Batrider shows up as well. I end up in a little trouble, but Sunder's good. And with Lycan's help, we don't quite get Bat, because Macropyre is also pretty good. I decided to back out of that. Terrorblade just runs through the Macropyre at a low Bat and a low Bane. Ends up alone 1v3, which isn't great. Earthshaker goes in. Meanwhile, I have come around to re-engage from bottom and catch Bane out of position and bring him down. And Terrorblade's just happily fighting away against everybody now that he's got a couple of people supporting for him. Big old triple stun from the Blink Earthshaker there. Does a little dance, and does he deserve it? Terrorblade gets all the kills, but that was 100% Earthshaker bringing the damage there.
Blink Echo Slam never gets old.
Yeah, Blink Echo Slam is amazing. Also, I'm really impressed with how much patience he had that fight. Like, that was a long fight, and he didn't throw that out until the three of them had decided to run, and he chased with Blink and secured all of those kills for the Terrorblade, who is now 2k ahead of Batrider and Bane, and very quickly becoming the force to be reckoned with in this game. Lena's doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. Lycan is actually behind us on farm. I don't know how that happened. He's been playing super aggressive. He's got his Maelstrom with Swashbuckle. I feel like Lycan should have more farm than this.
Well, to be fair, he has been doing a pretty important job this game, which has been harassing them in fights.
Yeah, he's 369, so he's been in fights for sure.
Yeah,
kills
so
and nine assists.
What he's kind of been doing is running in and harassing their backline and forcing them to kind of scatter a little bit, which definitely reduces the power of their disables.
Wow, Bane just popped off a 1300 damage enchant totem off a crit from the Silver Edge. He's actually got a potentially one-shot build combo with just enchant totem Silver Edge. He just needs to hit the enchant totem and then go Silver Edge.
Yeah, and if he followed that up with the Laguna Blade,
yeah, that's definitely easy cleanup. All right, we've got CK ulting onto the Terrorblade here. Like you said, Lycan goes in the back to try to break up their lines. He's got supports running for the hills. Pango and Shakiro both go down. Earthshaker goes down in the middle of the fight this time. I am kind of hanging back, waiting for things to come off cooldown. And Lycan has his BKB up, and he and Lena really do a lot of work that fight. That's a 4-for-2 bottom. We just had the vision where we needed it to know that fight was coming. Their vision was a little too far away, bottom.
Keep it PMA.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, if you think about that fight, I think in that one particularly, Lycan was your MVP there. Just because if they had everyone in the same spot, you wouldn't have just lost those two. It probably would have been a team fight.
Maybe.
Because
Lycan definitely has the most damage in that fight. Terrorblade got a lot of physical in before he went down, but Lycan's damage is spread out and huge.
And the
looks like they're pressuring bottom right now still, which seems like a bit of an overextension to me. I guess he has confidence he can get out with Swashbuckle. Lena gets caught. Fiend script into...
This is an overextension.
Yeah, Pain's Grip and the Lasso is going to be enough to keep the Lina there until she dies. And now we've got 3 enemy heroes bottom again, with Batrider coming in with Bane, so it's about to be a 5-man fight bottom again. And this time Lina's already down and Lycan's running for the hills.
Yeah. I think that was fine by Lycan and Lina until Jakiro was, because they knew where he was in mid, and then as soon as he went missing towards the river, they should have known to leave. And turning and fighting was a huge mistake.
So we've got 5 coming in bottom. They really do want to pressure us, and at 33 minutes, this is kind of their last window to Meteor Hammer Towers and like pressure this fight.
I think
Lycan goes in. I hit my combo. We blow up the Batrider quickly. Lycan just stands on low ground, right-clicking away until he goes down. Earthshaker's dead also. I'm not sure where Earthshaker just died. I didn't see that. Was he bottom?
Yeah, he was in the fight. But now you have.
All right, Lina goes out.
You have a Phantasm Terror play pressure top tower.
Yeah. I get a big Sunder off. Now, I have Dagon here, and I just absolutely slept on using it. That was a big misplay on my part. I had Dagon. I had Gravekeeper's Cloak upgraded with Shard. I just got more items than I was like able to keep track of in my brain on a build I'm not super familiar with, and just totally shat the bed on that fight. That should have been at least a kill, and then Gravekeeper's Cloak to keep me up for a little while. Probably could have turned that around. But kind of doesn't matter, because Terrorblade is nearly done with the tower high ground top.
This is the classic. That this was what he's doing right now is like a super classic build that people used to run on Naga Siren carry.
Yeah, just Manta style scatty and run illusions into the enemy base in whatever lane the fight's not happening in.
Exactly, but he's bolstered with Phantasm, so sometimes the illusions are extra powerful.
They're always extra powerful. He's got 40% bonus damage on 100% damage illusions. Dude, this build is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
He can either shred fights or push towers. The thing I'm most surprised by here is he doesn't have a diffuser. Like, this build wants a diffusal blade. Am I wrong?
I think that if you're thinking about fighting, yes.
Shakiro and Bat both commit onto an illusion. Nice. Our team is kind of just chilling, farming away. I'm up to a Dagon 2. Shakiro gets caught here trying to ward. I don't really have the health down for an effective Sunder, but what I do have is an Earthshaker right next to me. Bat shows up from the high ground and pushes us back though, so that is an unfortunate save for them. The other thing I'm not doing yet, because I just didn't think of this until a little bit later, is Demon Zeal costs health. And I should absolutely be spamming Demon Zeal to lower my health faster to have this combo up more often. I start doing that later in the fight, but or later in the game. But for now, I'm just kind of like wasting time waiting for my armlet to lower my health enough to be able to give my combo a shot again. So they have a bunch of... Go ahead.
Do you think if you did this again, you would take the armlet?
Yes.
You think so? You don't think going just straight for the shard would be better?
I think the strength from the armlet and the armor is actually really important, because I'm such a squishy body.
Yeah.
So having the armlet on when I Sunder just means that like I switch into having a big health advantage, but then I'm also not just like tissue paper with a health advantage. That's actually kind of scary.
That's a good point.
Yeah. I would 100% run this build again. So I just did the armlet toggle, so I'm at effectively 1% health. I call out to my team that I'm here, and I just saw the CK top. And I do it right this time. Yay. Bane is coming for me, though. And Bane commits hard into an Earthshaker. He's waiting for him. Oh, that Glipner just saved Bane for sure. And they still have a ton of disables. Lycan's not sure which way to run. Bat TP's out. Fight mid is happening. Pango goes down. Jakiro gets caught. He TP's out, but gets caught by the Light Strike Array and goes down. So that's one of those times where I get a pick off, and then we've got a power play position where it's 4v5, and we can take a team fight super comfortably, and we just roll through anybody we catch.
Just look at this Airblade blasting through the tower.
Yeah.
Having armor.
Yeah, nice backdoor protection. Nice backdoor protection, nice glyph. I wonder if it's going to save the tower. It will not. Laguna Blade no longer kills Lycan, who pops his BKB and totally whiffs the swashbuckle. Stargate survives the Fiend's Grip there. Oh, look at that range on that Gravekeeper Cloak. Batrider gets out with about 50 life.
Oh, man.
Other than Bane dying that fight and the tower going down, this fight kind of fizzles out. But yeah, just illusions running down mid almost take out CK. This game has absolutely gotten turned on its head. Bat and Bane are both doing an impressive job of keeping up their net worth. I'm actually very surprised to see them still in second and third place on net worth.
Yeah.
But there's a Lion mid with no health. And that's a Pango dead. Did you see me just get stuck on that fissure tree?
I did.
Lol. Hey, game is hard. What can I say? Alright, map is a little bit split right now. People are just kind of farming away happily. We don't take the 4v5 advantage on Pango being down to push. Terrorblade runs some illusions into the enemy jungle though. This is fantastic for us. I think I just figured it out. You can see me spamming Demon Zeal now, just to get my health down faster. Kind of hanging out at river, watching Terrorblade's illusions, trying to figure out where my opening is. Because they do have a ton of disable and I don't want to run into their whole team.
It's just such a cool flip on the head of the Nerubian assassin ult. It's like you built the Nerubian assassin's ult, a better version of it.
Alright, I go in and I run into their whole team. I get silenced, I get Fiend Script, I get fingered. I die. CK is very low, Pango's very low, and their team is out of ults. Which means Earthshaker can blink into the back line and kill Pango, while Terrorblade and Lycan just run at the front line. Bane goes down. Earthshaker goes down, but he has used up a lot of the resources from these two supports. And it is hard to run away from werewolves. But Bat almost makes it happen before going down, finally. And now we have Terrorblade pushing a T3. I mean, it's not the real Terrorblade. Why would he still be high ground? He goes back in. He eats an Aetherblade. He eats a full finger and is totally fine. That's right, he's got Scatty and Heart, and spell damage is just no longer scary. Lycan overextends a little bit, but Terrorblade has his head on his shoulders and is hitting towers. He eats a double ult again. His illusions kill the Jakiro while he's... Oh, that was ridiculous. His illusions just killed Jakiro while he was stuck in Fiend's grip. And yeah, he's gonna take out at least one Rax. He's got illusions on the second one. He's out of health, he's out of mana. I assume he's gonna back off here. Finally. He's got Lina peeling for him, so he gets out pretty easily. And with that heart, he's actually gonna be able to go back in with more illusions at least. He needs some mana regen at this point. Alright, I went bottom. I grabbed myself the experience rune, and I'm tanking the ancients just to drop my health as fast as I can. And it's time to look for one last big team fight. Lina's cleaning up the enemy jungle.
That CK is ripe for you to kill right here.
He almost catches Lina. That ping was purple. Purple is me. I think it's about to be CK again. There it is. Sunder and I believe Stargate secures the kill with a nice stun. Yep. But that's another CK did. He's dead for 90 seconds. That is a long time to be in a 4v5.
Against this Terrorblade.
Yeah, we draw the line to push top. Terrorblade is farming right now.
He's making his way there, I think.
Looks like he wants to finish his Ags before he comes to the fight.
Oh, he does not need it.
He also still doesn't have mana. I'm extremely confused by this. That means we're pushing high ground 4v4, which is actually arguably suicidal. Luckily, Lion BKBs and tanks the finger. And takes out Bane. Lina's ult keeps the team in place. They actually just right-click pretty hard at this point. And without the Terrorblade, we just clean house top.
Lina's strong.
Yeah, so one cool thing about the map being this big is we actually just have 4 carries. Like, I have carry items, Lina has carry items, Lycan has carry items, and obviously Terrorblade is a terror. But yeah, we clean up top with no tower mid. We can quickly rotate and blow up the mid racks.
Bottom's almost dead. It's a team wipe. I hope you guys kill that tower.
Yeah, I'm aware of how low this tower is and that we already have creeps in their base, so I just walk up to the tower. Lycan sees me go for it and helps me with the push. CK is back up first, well ahead of the rest of the team since he got ganked. I don't know what he was doing out. That was actually a massive misplay on his part. And he sticks his nose out again, and my combo goes off one more time. That's Rax. And hey, Terrorblade just got back in the fight. I don't think these T4s are going to last long. Terrorblade decides it is time to end this game. T4s disappear faster than you've ever seen in your life, as does the Ancient. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Hit that like. Catch me live Tuesdays and Thursday nights on Twitch. And we are going to the post game on Patreon. Good luck, have fun, don't die. I will catch you in the next one.